What's going on? It's Jeff Newport from ChasingStrength.com. And in today's video, we are going to discuss kettlebell workouts that don't trash you for work, life, wives, spouses, and kids. All right. So, look, have you ever noticed that some guys, girls, ladies, gents have more active day jobs than others, right? Now, you may be sitting behind a computer all day, driving a desk, but there are others of us, not me. I mean, I get to do what I want. I just swing kettlebells all day, right? And train people all day. But there are others who are in law enforcement, first responders, firefighters, EMTs, active duty military, and contractors, guys and girls in the trades, to name but some. These people, they just can't afford to be trashed after leg day, right? You remember that? If you ever used the OSMs, the old school methods, like back in the day, maybe you'd warm up with some leg extensions, and then you go do some heavy squats, and then you go do leg press, and maybe some more leg extensions, and maybe some hack squats thrown in there, and then leg curls, and then you got some stiff leg deadlifts, right? And then you got your calves, and then you can't walk for the next week. That's how my workouts were in the early days back when I was in college. And, I just thank God that I get to sit in class all day, because walking up and down the stairs was a pain in the butt, and then the legs and, everything. So, these people, myself included, actually, now that I'm over a certain age, like, I don't want to feel that way. And these folks, they can't afford to feel that way because, in many cases, other people's lives are actually on the line. And so these people have to be ready. So they just can't afford that type of training any longer, right? Truth be told, many of the OSMs, if not most of them, OSMs, right, old school methods, right, they no longer work for these folks, and they don't really work for us either, if we're just honest about it. Unless, of course, you're the kind of person who's getting a little bit of pharmaceutical help. You know what I'm talking about? All right. But that's not me, and that's probably not you, which is why you're probably watching this video. All right. So, it's super important for us and guys like this group of people, this active group of people, to make the necessary mind shift away from the old school mentality of go hard, go heavy, or go home, right? The all or nothing mentality, right? It's tough to make that shift. For example, I got this message. I'm going to pop it up here. Hold on. I'm going to do the old screen share. Hold on. All right. There we go. Got this message from John. He said, I'm working 55 to 60 hours a week. He put this on one of my videos here over on the YouTube channel, right? I happen to like the dark mode. So, don't judge me. I'm working 50, 60 hours a week as a plumber. Think loaded carries and bent over a lot. I need to find some kettlebell workouts for strength and health, but won't trash me for work, right? Case in point, I love to lift weights for back health because calisthenics don't touch it. On barbells tend to tear me up. Okay. Very common problem. We cannot use the same methods, right, and tools that we did when we were younger. There's got to be a better option. And for many of us, kettlebells are that better option, right? Which is why I'm so passionate about them and why I'm making these videos for you. So here are 3 easy strategies I want to share with you. In case you find yourself in a similar situation to John, in case you've got one of those active jobs, right? First responder, law enforcement, active duty military trades like John. All right. Or, you can actually use these if you just don't like being chronically sore, running out of energy, or, missing any memories with your kiddos or family because you're exhausted all the time from doing the OSMs. Okay. So number 1, we've got the use the something is better than nothing approach. Okay. So this is really easy. You pick one kettlebell exercise, you set a timer, and you do some reps. Which exercise and how long? The one you'll do with little to zero emotional resistance, right? It doesn't matter. So if you feel that feeling coming up of, I can't do this, I don't have time to do this, I hate that exercise, that's not the exercise for you. It's the one you like the most, okay? So, and do it for whatever time you think you have, even if it's just 5 minutes. Remember, something is better than nothing. All right. So strategy number 2, use HFLV. So high frequency, low volume. Simply put, train daily or near daily, but use an incredibly low volume of work. Okay. You're looking to stack small wins to create bigger wins in the long run. It's a similar concept to dollar cost averaging, if you're familiar with that investing strategy. Small daily deposits or investments that pay off over the long run. Okay. So that's number 2. Number 3, you're going to minimize fatigue as much as possible. Dr. Vladimir Zatsiorsky, the chief biomechanicist for all sports teams in the Soviet Union from 1980 to 1988, and author of the book, The Science and Practice of Strength Training. Great book. It's pretty heavy, but if you're kind of a science nerd like me, and you like programming, this is the book for you. He states that to develop strength, one must, right? And I want you to pay attention here. To develop strength, one must train as heavy as possible, as often as possible, and as fresh as possible. Okay? As heavy as possible, as often as possible, and as fresh as possible. I call this the universal strength maximum. So, unlike OSMs, right, or the OSM method of training to failure, stop well short of failure and seek to do as much high quality work as you can get in whatever time you can get it in. There you go. 3 strategies, right? Give one or more of these strategies a shot today, this week even, and see if you don't have more energy and you're less sore. And if you want, you can do what John did and remove the experimentation and guesswork and grab a copy of Kettlebell Workout of the Day, Kettlebell W.O.D. Look at this. I'm going to share this. So after that little conversation, so John and I had a little conversation. He said, I bought it. I did WOD 1 and I felt like a champ all day at work, demolishing walls and putting new lines in. Thanks so much. So, if you want to feel like a champ and demolish everything that's in your way, right, without soreness or fatigue, yeah, you might want to check out Kettlebell W.O.D. I'll leave a link in the description below this video. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully you found that helpful. If you did, hit the like button, leave me a comment with your thoughts, ideas, and hit the subscribe button. And if you found it really helpful, share it with one of your friends, family members, somebody you think would find it helpful too. Probably somebody who's struggling to get their workouts in and is using OSMs. All right. Until next time, my friend, stay strong.